It's a good show, so sharp, looking as though he's born to this. Good shot from Joshua.
And Tyson Fury.
So when is that happening?
We're not sure, but that's my target. 2025, I'm targeting Tyson Fury.
Anthony Joshua has finally revealed that his next target is a showdown with Tyson Fury in 2025.
Wait, so what he delivered against Usyk? Do you think you have a chance against him?
We'll see. Let us get in the ring. Only God knows. But for me, we'll see in the future.
This announcement comes on the heels of a difficult year for Joshua, who suffered a crushing defeat to Daniel Dubois in September at Wembley Stadium. Despite the setback, Joshua's determination to continue his career and pursue the biggest fights in boxing has not wavered. The former two-time world heavyweight champion remains resolute in his quest to reclaim his place among the sport's elite.
I should have won, but I didn't. And I'm going to go again. Ups and downs, they happen. Some people is always up. My life is up and down. So I got to get used to the turbulent times and keep riding the wave. I can't stop now. I have to keep going until I reach my destination.
As he comes forward, you got
Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury engaged in a lively exchange during a FaceTime call orchestrated by Turkish promoter Alal Sheikh, further stroking their long-standing rivalry.
Champ, finish the job in 21 of December, and look who's waiting for you.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you.
The interaction showcased both fighters' contrasting personalities, with Fury taking the lead in his characteristic brash and provocative style, hurling taunts at Joshua. Joshua, typically more reserved, did not hold back, firing back with sharp responses and expressing his readiness for the long-anticipated clash.
Yeah!
Either way, I'm waiting for you.
I'm gonna get the job done!
Either way,
He's waiting for you! I'm getting done fast and I'll fight in there! Yeah! When you gonna put it on? What day?
Joshua not really finding off. He's got a really good foothold in the fight.
During the FaceTime call facilitated by Turkish promoter Alal Sheikh, it was confirmed that the highly anticipated showdown between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is set for the first or second quarter of 2025.
In the first or the second quarter of 25. Okay, AJ waiting for you, and the world waiting for you.
Tyson Fury has also repeatedly called out Anthony Joshua over the years, adding fuel to their long-standing rivalry. Despite Joshua's setbacks, Fury has consistently taunted him, questioning his resilience and calling for a showdown to settle the debate over who is Britain's best heavyweight.
Doubtless at the moment. And I'd like to give you an opportunity to fight me for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world.
Both men, during the video call, humorously referred to their hands as the tools that would deliver the ultimate knockout, adding a playful yet intense layer to their rivalry. Both fighters showcased their competitive spirits, mocking each other's past performances and promising decisive victories.
this can't wait.
I can see that from Pablo. I got film of as well.
Use them. Stop using this. Use these.
I use them both on your face, you big ugly nuts.
You look like a tomato. Put some sunscreen on, you idiot. You look like a tomato.
That's a better jab. Yeah, he's Joshua trying to get the ribbon with his own jab. He got to faint a little bit more.
In the heated exchange, Fury, in his signature rash style, boasted about his dominance in the division and vowed to knock Joshua out in spectacular fashion. Joshua, not one to back down, countered by declaring that Fury would be the one to taste defeat, emphasizing his own power and preparation.
See you in the family tomorrow, champ. Bye.
Hey, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be waiting here as well.
Bye-bye.
The loss to Dubois marked Joshua's fourth career defeat, a result that led many to question his future in the ring. However, the 35-year-old made it clear that he is not contemplating retirement. Instead, he views his recent struggles as a part of his journey and has set his sights on the long-anticipated clash with Fury, the man who has been a rival in the heavyweight division for more than a decade. Anthony Joshua expressed a reflective yet determined mindset during the conversation, emphasizing his commitment to improvement and seizing opportunities. He acknowledged the need to maximize his efforts, stating, "I just want to put in more work in 2024. When I look back, I believe I could have done more, and I have another chance in 2025 to do more. I'm going to make sure that I take every opportunity that comes." My way Fury, who recently suffered a second consecutive loss to Alexander Usyk in Saudi Arabia, remains a formidable opponent and a key figure in the division. A fight between Joshua and Fury would not only be a historic event in British boxing, but also a chance for Joshua to prove his critics wrong and re-establish himself as one of the best in the world. John Fury, Tyson Fury's father, expressed his excitement and eagerness for the long-anticipated fight between Tyson and Anthony Joshua. His comment, "Let's get it on," reflected the high level of anticipation surrounding the potential clash, signaling his readiness to see the two heavyweight stars finally face off in the ring.
If Anthony Joshua comes through Francis Ngannou, if Tyson Fury comes through Alexander Usyk, you know where I'm going with this, John.
Let's get it on, brother! Listen, I want him to win. He's a Brit. You know, I'm rooting for him. I know he can do it. Because I've always said the best is yet to come from Anthony Joshua. He just needed the right cornerman to get his mind right.
Oh, as well then. This fight happens. An unbelievable performance.
As a key figure in Tyson's camp, John's statement also conveyed confidence in his son's ability to dominate Joshua, while emphasizing the importance of making the fight happen. This call for action resonated with boxing fans, who have been eagerly awaiting the showdown for years, as both fighters have built up a fierce rivalry in the media.
Because I think the only time he's failed is through mental problems, not his ability. Big, strong man can punch. He's got quick hands. You know, his stance is
The rivalry
all right.
between Joshua and Fury has captivated
Professional
fans for
boxing
years.
amateur. I think
Promoted
AJ's
by
learned on the
Matchroom
job as
Boxing
well,
and
you know.
Queensberry Promotions,
He's a better
respectively.
fighter now than what
Joshua
he was
and Fury
3
represent
years
the
ago.
pinnacle of British heavyweight boxing. Eddie Hearn, the promoter for Anthony Joshua, emphasized the importance of a potential fight between Joshua and Tyson Fury, declaring that it is the only fight that truly matters for Fury. Hearn highlighted that this matchup is not only the most significant one for Fury, but also the biggest event in the history of British boxing. According to Hearn, this fight is seen as the defining battle for both fighters, with its widespread appeal across the UK and the boxing world at large. He said, "The reality is there's only one fight for Tyson Fury, and that's Anthony Joshua. It's the biggest fight probably in the history of British boxing. Everyone will always want to see it." Eddie Hearn, reflecting on Tyson Fury's performance in his rematch with Alexander Usyk, dismissed any notion that Fury was past his prime. He acknowledged that while Fury didn't win the fight, his performance did not show signs of decline. Hearn pointed out that Fury didn't appear fatigued or lackluster, and his punch resistance was not a concern as some had speculated before the fight.
And by the way, that wasn't a Tyson Fury that looked finished. You know, it wasn't a flat performance, wasn't a poor performance. He didn't look gun-shy. He didn't look like his punch resistance was in question like we talked about earlier. So I think Tyson Fury's still, potentially at the peak of his powers, just not good enough to beat Alexander Usyk tonight.
He's a double jab, Tuban. Tuban who's fainted, a good left hook.
Hearn then pivoted to discuss the future, making it clear that a fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua is the fight everyone wants to see. He highlighted the importance of this potential matchup, particularly at Wembley, and expressed his intentions to push for the fight, noting that it was something he would advocate for in the future.
Look, AJ against Fury is the one. It's the one at Wembley, and then he's back out here for Riyadh season. I'm going to be pushing His Excellency to make the fight, but that's maybe one for another day. Tonight,
Johnny Nelson has also voiced strong opposition to the idea of a fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, openly sharing his skepticism about its value. He argued that with little substance behind the fight, it wouldn't carry the significance that many fans and analysts may expect. Nelson questioned the rationale behind even entertaining such a match, suggesting that agreeing to it at this point would merely prolong the inevitable.
What should he do next?
Anthony Joshua?
These guys, of course, that cap's going to be dangled in front of both of them. But it's a case of, why? 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 And the thing is, someone's got to lose, and then they've got to live within themselves after that. So, why? I actually now don't think that fight will happen.
By his own right hand. Come on, Daniel Dubois. We're in round 2.
A clash between AJ and Tyson would not only settle the score, but also serve as a defining moment for both fighters. For Joshua, the stakes are particularly high, as a victory would validate his perseverance and solidify his legacy. Eddie Hearn addressed the ongoing discussions surrounding a potential third fight between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, pointing out that despite any suggestions from Fury or his team about seeking redemption, the demand for such a bout has significantly faded. He noted that even figures like Turkish promoter Alal Sheikh, who once championed the idea of the fight, have moved on due to its impracticality.
His Excellency is not looking to make that fight. I think, people will try, and I've seen it in the media from various people with agendas.
Hearn dismissed the idea that either Fury or Anthony Joshua are no longer capable of competing at the highest level, sharply criticizing those who perpetuate such notions. He described these claims as the opinions of haters who either failed to grasp the bigger picture or lacked the rational thinking to assess the situation.
the Fury fight is there. We appreciate it might not be as big as it could have been, but it's still the biggest fight in boxing.
Yeah, I agree.
And, you know, but I say this and you're going to get people who watch this going, oh, like, tell me a bigger fight in boxing. It doesn't exist. Yeah. AJ Fury is the biggest fight in the sport of boxing.
Turning to the aftermath of Fury's loss to Usyk, Hearn rejected the online narrative that Fury had lost his passion and was no longer the formidable force he once was. Instead, he pointed out that upon closer examination of the fight, it was clear that Fury remained a fierce competitor, capable of taking on any challenger.
Holy shit! This is a man possessed.
Soothing, if you like, for AJ to know that Fury couldn't beat him either. Because obviously, it's unbelievably frustrating. And that's, you know, you saw Fury leave the ring straight after the fight. And, like, you know what that is? It's like, how? Oh, like, I really believed I was going to beat him. We trained so hard. Why? Like, why can't we beat him? That's the feeling of getting beat by Usyk. And like I said earlier, it's not like you're in with this devastating brute who, like, it's just like, oh, I can't figure him out. Why? Like, and that was exactly what I saw from Fury straight after the fight. That was like, it's like just pure frustration. Like, AJ left the ring.
Hearn emphasized that the best way for Fury to continue his pursuit of glory would be to face Anthony Joshua in a blockbuster showdown at Wembley, where the British crowd would eagerly support what could be the defining clash of their careers.
People will try, and I've seen it in the media from various people with agendas, to dampen, you know, the fire or the size of AJ against Fury. We all know those two come together. Yeah, and it is just a monster. But I don't think it's the time to start calling it out. I just think common sense, hopefully, will prevail. We're all getting on. We're all talking. We all want to make great fights and do good business.
Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua represent two contrasting forces in modern heavyweight boxing. Standing at 6 with an 85-inch reach, Fury leverages his size, movement, and unorthodox style to frustrate opponents, while Joshua, at 6'8", combines explosive power and athleticism with a more traditional, structured approach. Tommy Fury, the younger brother of Tyson Fury, expressed his desire to see a fight between his brother and Anthony Joshua next, recognizing it as the most exciting and stakes-laden matchup in the heavyweight division. Tommy's comment reflects the ongoing anticipation surrounding the potential clash, as both Tyson and Joshua are two of the biggest names in British boxing. With their long-standing rivalry and contrasting styles, a fight between the two would not only be a massive event, but also an opportunity to determine who is the true heavyweight king in Britain.
You know, I think it's a fight everybody, has wanted to see for years. Everyone still wants to see, regardless of the defeats that AJ's had. Everyone still wants to see, so providing he can come through on Friday.
This is a man possessed.
Needs to step in with a stiff 1-2.
Fury's career is marked by his masterful dethroning of Vladimir Klitschko and his dramatic trilogy with Deontay Wilder, showcasing resilience and tactical brilliance. In contrast, Joshua's path includes unifying the heavyweight division with dominant wins over top contenders like Joseph Parker and Alexander Povetkin, though he has faced setbacks against Andy Ruiz Jr. and Alexander Usyk. After Anthony Joshua's defeat to Daniel Dubois, Tyson Fury commented on Joshua's situation with a mixture of sympathy and pointed criticism. Fury seemed to express empathy for Joshua, acknowledging that the loss was significant, especially given that he was knocked out in the 5th round. However, Fury also suggested that Joshua needed to evaluate whether he could come back and fight again, or whether the defeat would mark a turning point in his career.
Is it on your I feel sorry for him at the minute, because he's obviously been cleaned out his last fight, called it out 5-round spark. So he's going to have to do that again, or not, and then decide his future, isn't he?
He's just keeping the pressure on. Joshua's got to give us something to think about here.
The potential fight between Joshua and Fury represents more than just a personal rivalry. It is a clash of eras and styles that would capture the imagination of fans worldwide. Tommy Fury, reflecting on the emotional impact of witnessing his brother Tyson Fury's defeats, candidly shared his personal feelings after each loss. He explained that as a fighter, seeing an adversary lose, especially when it's not him, brings a sense of deflation and sadness. Tommy noted that he felt a deep sense of sympathy for his brother after his losses, suggesting that he was likely the only person ringside who felt genuinely down about it. His words highlighted the emotional weight that comes with being part of a fighter's inner circle, especially when that fighter experiences a setback. He added, "I've said quite a lot actually after every loss. I felt a little bit down, deflated. Because when an adversary loses and it's not to you, you do feel down and depressed about it. I felt sad for him. I was probably the only person at ringside from my side of the ring that was sad. It was sad to see. I work with the opponent, lose his crown." Gareth A. Davies shared his thoughts on how to make a fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua more compelling. He argued that in order to generate the right level of excitement for the bout, Joshua would need to secure a win first, potentially against someone like Dillian Whyte, to regain momentum.
Well, given the result of the weekend in Riyadh, what we do need is Anthony Joshua, I think, to ignite a fight with Tyson Fury. We need him to get a win under his belt, and be that against Dillian Whyte or someone else. Because I don't think it works at the moment in terms of the gunpowder under the fight to light it, to just put AJ, who's been catastrophically beaten by Daniel Dubois, straight in with Tyson Fury. I think he needs a bit of momentum back.
Listen right now. Dubois may not want to let this moment pass him by.
Davies expressed that at this point, a direct matchup between Fury and a recently defeated Joshua wouldn't have the necessary spark to ignite the rivalry. He suggested that Joshua should rebuild his confidence and reputation before stepping into the ring with Fury, ensuring that the fight would be more meaningful and have the desired impact for fans and the fighters alike.
Fury's got momentum in a certain way from this fight because some people see it for him, some people don't. It was a very, very close affair.
I may not want to let this moment pass him by, and he's gonna get in trouble.
Gareth A. Davies also suggested that while Anthony Joshua needs to stay active in the ring to rebuild his form, he had a sense that Tyson Fury wasn't finished with his career yet. Reflecting on Fury's demeanor after his recent bout, Davies expressed his belief that Fury still has the drive and determination to continue fighting. He stated, "I think Anthony Joshua's got to get in there and fight in the meantime, but I've got a feeling if Tyson Fury, the way he was after the fight, it doesn't feel like he's done yet as the heavyweight division awaits a potential." Showdown. The question remains, can Anthony Joshua reclaim his momentum, or will Tyson Fury's dominance prevail once again? What do you think? Is the Fury vs. Joshua fight still as exciting as it once was? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest boxing news.